All right, welcome back to Star Trek Artemis. If you'd remember from the last episode, the Artemis was dispatched on a mission to the Gamma Quadrant to study some anomalous readings. Um, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, please go back and watch that episode. But the Artemis has just returned to the Alpha Quadrant through the Bajoran wormhole, and we will start the action on the bridge. Should probably point out that a few days have passed, a few days travel time. Um, so we're probably looking at 5 days total travel time and mission time. Yes, you have just exited the Bajoran wormhole and are currently staring at Deep Space Nine.
Lieutenant Rooks, please request docking procedures with Deep Space Nine. Helm, bring us in orbit around the station.
Aye, Commander. Hits a button to hail the station. Deep Space
And
Nine, control.
Actually,
Okay.
as you're finding that button,
Ooh.
you are being hit.
Commander, we are being hailed.
On screen.
Putting it on view.
Commander, how is the Gamma Quadrant?
Eventful. Everything would be within my report. Major, is there a problem we could assist the station with?
Well, actually, this might be more of your problem, Commander. Would appear that Captain Nolan has been kidnapped.
Excuse me?
Captain Nolan
what
has
are
been kidnapped?
What are the details of the situation, Major?
We're still trying to learn the specifics, but we have learned that a Bajoran radical group called where am I? No. Called the True Path has claimed responsibility for his abduction.
Are there any demands?
There's been nothing as of yet, as this has just happened. We just learned this about 30 minutes ago and are still investigating the matter.
Who is currently in charge of this the investigation?
Sorry, I'm looking at the crew here. Currently, we have Lieutenant Smithing looking at it. looking into the matter.
I see. I would like to meet with him and any other members that are involved in this investigation as soon as possible.
Of course. We'll assist you in any way we can.
Thank you, Major.
Deep Space Nine out.
Why would someone be stupid enough to kidnap a Starfleet captain?
I assume we'll find out as soon as you meet the investigation team. Helm, as soon as we get clearance, please dock with DS9. Lieutenant Rex, I want heightened security on board this ship at all times.
Yes, ma'am, will do.
We have clearance, Commander.
Proceed.
All right. Nestled in a runabout, traveling as fast as the runabout could possibly go, we have Lieutenant Junior Grade Cinder checking the sensors as the ship flies. I just kind of threw generic characters in here. So if you and Kier wanted to play one of them, by all means.
Cool.
Yeah, we could throw more in there. They don't have any stats or anything, so if you wanted to replace them with unused supporting characters, I'm okay with that too.
Might be just making something up.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to make a brand new one too, by all means. I figured there should probably be at least a con officer and an engineer.
I can play the con officer piloting. Should we just start?
Yeah. Yep.
So the pilot's clicking away, but he's looking back at everyone more than he's looking in front of him. So I took this lap around Mars, right, with my fighter, and it was a glorious, glorious run. All my teachers were amazed at how fast I was going. And I left all the other cadets in the dust. Just awesome.
My favorite story from our time in the academy was just these amazing eggs. I'd never had eggs before, but we had these amazing eggs at this restaurant just outside the academy. And I'd never seen real eggs, never heard of eggs. It's a unique experience. Have you ever had eggs?
You know what eggs would be in front of my shuttle? Scrambled. That's how fast I was going. I had full impulse on, but I just turned the throttle up a little bit to 105%, and Everyone was in my dust. Anyway, what were you saying?
Your teacher must have been very proud.
Oh, you should have seen them. They gave me quite a scolding, but I knew deep down that they've earned. They had their new favorite student. I could tell. They couldn't graduate me fast enough after that.
How long until we arrive?
Arrive. Oh, we're soon there. Don't you worry. We're going real fast on this one too.
You know, speed isn't always the most required asset to use in every situation.
That's a joke. Everything should go fast. That's how I live my life. If you can't get there fast enough, then you don't get there at all.
Interesting. This, as I tap on the console in front of me, this is most unusual. There seems to be an uncharted rogue asteroid.
Oh yeah? Where?
I bring it up on the main console so you can see on the screen.
That's a big fella. But we won't crash into it if you're worried.
Well, at these speeds, I was worried you wouldn't even have noticed it there.
Oh, what's a fragment of dust or so?
But
Shields can take it.
I would like us to remain non-fragments of dust, though. Maybe we should slow down and take a look at it. I'm not in any rush.
I thought you wanted to get to DS9 as fast as possible. That's why I got chosen for this assignment.
Yes, but with the speed you're going, we've making up more than enough time. We could take a moment to go look at the asteroid.
Oh, fine. If you want to look at a rock, then sure, why not? Dropping out of warp.
Ooh, there's a sound effect for this. Done.
Yeah, pretty much exactly what I did.
Yeah, so I'd like to start running some scans on this asteroid, see if I can project its trajectory and where it came from and what it's made of, etc. Anything interesting about it?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a reason or control science difficulty 1.
So I believe I select the 2 boxes and hit perform task. Sorry to have to ask questions about the systems. It's the first time using it.
Yep. You hit perform task, and then another thing pops up that gives you a bunch of options.
Okay.
You remember how to purchase more dice?
So I can give you threat to do that, but I thought it was based on talents that I could do that. So
To buy dice, it's either you could buy them with momentum or threat. The first dice would cost 1, the second dice would cost 2 more, and then the third dice would cost 3 more. Some talents do give you the option to get free dice. It all depends on what your talents are.
yeah, I mean, so if I'm using untapped potential, because if we're using reason, then I can use untapped potential on that, I believe.
So how the untapped potential works here is that it doesn't matter which attribute you use. When you roll for untapped potential, you would roll a d20, and it's rolled against your reason score.
Oh, interesting.
So looking at your sheet, you should probably pick untapped potential control because your control's higher.
Okay.
Oversight on my part. But yeah, they changed how the untapped potential works because I got rid of the challenge dice. So it's just rolled against your whatever attribute you pick.
Yeah, so I don't feel like I'm going to need to purchase any more dice. So I don't actually think untapped potential is going to come into play unless I used wide area scanning as one of my focuses. Which, God, remind me. Oh, I feel like I'm forgetting everything now. So using focus. Remind me how the focuses work again. I'm so sorry.
So if you have a focus that applies to the roll, when you perform task, you would select the using focus, and it basically increases your critical hit chance range.
Right. So yeah, I
So
think wide area.
normally a critical hit is a 1, but if you had a focus, then it would increase that range to whatever the discipline is. So in this case, it would be science. So you could have a chance to get a critical hit on a 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to use wide area scan because I originally said I wanted to know where it came from, etc. So because I'm trying to
Yeah.
track its trajectory and its path of origin, I'm going to use.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and say yes to that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not using determination. Complication range is 1, so I'm guessing a number of dice in the pool is 2, is it?
Yeah. The
Let's
base
roll
roll
2,
is
right?
always 2. Yeah, always 2. Then it would be assisted by the runabout's sensors shield. Or sorry, sensor science. So you could just grab whichever runabout you'd like.
Is that the Zarius? Is that what that is?
Yeah, that one works. I think they're
Okay,
both
so it's
runabouts. So
sensors and science. Okay.
yes.
And is it not just one dice rolling for the thing that's assisting, or is it?
Yeah, just one.
Okay, so I had 1 success, and I believe it's got 1 success, right?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it
so,
was. No, sorry, it was 2. Did I have a 14 or a 15? I'm sorry. Where's the logs?
looks
One
like you rolled a
success.
yeah. It looks like you rolled a 13 and a 20. So you got a success and a complication. But then the shuttle rolled a complication. So you gain a momentum. I am going to take the complication as 3 because I enjoy threat. And then, so what you were trying to figure out, you're trying to track its trajectory to see where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking around. Aha, there it goes. I'm just typing it out to you. 1 second. There you go.
So, based on that information, would I be concerned or worried about that? Would that spark anything for me? Like, I'm not even sure how to react to that information at this point.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. Do you have anything that gives you free questions?
I do not believe so, no.
Actually, from science officer, you do. When you succeed at a test, this is by the ship sensors or computer, or a
You're right.
task using tricorder or other sensing device, you may ask one additional question as if you had spent momentum. So you have a free one.
So I know its trajectory, and I know where it came from, and I know what it's made of. What I'm curious what sparked on the sensors to indicate it was an unusual signature.
That you would have to get closer and a more detailed scan of.
Okay. Well, nothing too unusual then about where it came from or where it's going or even what it's made of. I wonder what triggered the sensors to begin with. Let's Lieutenant, could you be so kind as to get us a little closer?
Closer? Sure, why not?
As I grip hold of the seat, even though I don't need to because of the inertial dampeners, just anticipating the speed we're about to go at.
Do I have
All
to
right,
roll con for that?
for the con officer, let me give a daring or control con, difficulty 1.
Let me see.
By the ship's engines con.
Where would I roll this from? Guess I'll just.
1 second. Let me. I'll just throw her in here, and then you can use her stats.
Yep. Say again. While I was rolling.
Daring or control con. So she's not actually here. She's just the character sheet, basically.
It would definitely be daring, although his daring would be sky high. But we'll deal with what we have here anyway.
Oh yeah, I mean, you could adjust things. Like you could say that the daring is more like.
Yeah, he would definitely have 12 daring and 7 press. No, it's 7 insight.
Or
So
maybe it's all just an act. And it's not really as daring as he pretends to
Just
be.
that. No, he's very.
Here,
very
his stats might be better.
His name is going to be Gus the Flash Moore. And the Flash he came up with himself. Okay, let's see. Focus. Self-craft operation. Yeah, that seems like a good one. Let's see. He would probably have. Well, he doesn't have a talent, so never mind. Anyway.
Did that not save?
Roll. Nice.
Then I just need engines con.
Shuttle, engines, con. 1, focus, go. 19.
What is going on? Why are things happening?
That's live for you.
Oh, I see. For whatever you did, caused that token to override this one. Oh well, it works. Yeah, it'll work out. What was the roll here? So you gain another momentum. Believe you should have 2.
Mhm.
As you start approaching the rogue asteroid, the ship hits a patch of turbulence, causing the ship to shake ever so slightly as you pilot the ship into close sensor range.
Gus is just gonna. Woo-hoo! This might be fun after all.
There it is. Was that the name you were going for?
Yeah.
But yeah, the ship is in close sensor range.
Well, whatever you're gonna do on your buttons there, get it going.
So, yeah, let's run another sensor scan then on that asteroid, and see if we can't figure out what's going on. I don't have any focuses for this one really that help me. So we're just going to go basic. Complication 1 still?
Let me get you what the roll is going to be. So this one is going to be a reason science difficulty 2.
Okay. We'll take that, and then I just need to find the ship again. Apologies.
Extra dice. Who needs extra dice?
So, which I'm going to guess is sensors science again.
You are correct.
So that's
gain 2 momentum.
2 momentum. Yep. What do I find out?
Come on, fingers work today. There you go.
And if I just that's an interesting little microbe as I just try and I believe still using the science officer. I can just tighten in that focus a little bit more on that microbe to see if I can find anything out about it. Maybe I've discovered life here.
So for your question, The microbes seem to be in a type of dormant state.
Let's.
Without close examination, you're not able to tell much more about them because the asteroid is playing havoc with your sensors a bit.
Okay. Let's. Kira. Lieutenant Kira, if I might recommend, maybe we could use tractor beam to just slow this down and put a marker on it for someone else to investigate as we continue on to Deep Space Nine. This is most fascinating.
You're the scientist? Sure, well, put a marker on it.
I mean,
Um,
could be new life.
Gus-
Doesn't seem like a new civilization, though, but
He's right. I mean, if you really want to satisfy, guess your curiosity here, we are a little ahead of schedule. She kind of highs Gus. Maybe you collect a sample, get in the transporter, follow the appropriate containment. I don't want an outbreak of some unknown illness.
I mean, I guess we could do that. This ship doesn't have the the capabilities that I'm used to, but we can definitely bring a sample on board of those microbes and let's beam it into a class 3 containment unit and let's take a look at it. Who would do the transporting in this situation?
We'll come back to that. We'll go back to the Artemis really quick. We will enter new scene. The ship. Were you trying to dock the ship? Is that what we're, or beam over? Either one's fine.
Had dock it with the ship, or dock the ship with the station. I'm sure
Okay.
this IC most wishes to depart.
Yes, they very much do. So we'll start the scene off with Oh, and Cinder, feel free to play any of these people here so that you can role play with the other characters as well. So you can play Walker if you want. But we'll start the scene off with the Artemis docking at Deep Space Nine.
There she goes, Helm.
Sorry, I didn't see a character sheet for Walker. Oh, no. Didn't see
You could just double click on the token and it'll pull it up.
Oh, thank you.
It is very handy.
Okay. Steady she goes.
And docking's not hard, so I won't make you roll for it. And we'll just say that the ship has just successfully docked.
I'm always happy to roll with a difficulty 0 for more momentum. Like that's.
Nah, that's all right.
All right, fair enough. Another perfect docking, if I do say so myself.
Could work as always. Lieutenant Ricks, you with me?
He nods and follows.
I think we'll head down into the station to meet with that investigation team. Um,
Yep, I'm just populating the promenade as we speak. And speed of plot will throw you and Ricks just outside the security office.
let's have Dr. Foster come with us as well. If that's okay with you, Cinder, to play Dr. Foster? To one of our
Absolutely fine.
supervising. Yeah. Commander Kier will approach the security office.
And the doors open, revealing a single Starfleet officer in there, rank of lieutenant.
Lieutenants, I would like to stats report on what's going on with Captain Nolan.
Fortunately, we don't know too much. All we know is that a Bajoran radical group called the True Path made an announcement indicating the kidnapping of Captain Nolan. They have not made any demands, nor have they sought any terms for his release.
And what do you know about this group? Has the Bajoran government released any information to you?
Fortunately, they have not been as forthcoming as I would like.
Then what do you have, Lieutenant? Other than what you've already stated.
We're trying to group and try to get a location, but not much. There's not much that we know about them.
Has there been a investigation of Captain Nolan's last scenes or any evidence of showing how he was grabbed?
Captain Nolan was taking place with a negotiation in the sorry, I'm just making sure of the province. Believe it is the Kenthar province. Yes, he was taking place in a trade negotiation in the Kenthar province between various traders for much needed supplies in the region.
Could he spoken to any eyewitnesses or any individuals?
Not that we're aware of. He seems to have been mostly taking part in these negotiations. They have been long and drawn out.
Can I spend a momentum for open duck?
Sure, what does that do?
But that's Kunaf's current emotional state and his service thoughts. Like, what's going on? Because to Kier, he seems rather very...
You sense a lot of confusion and a lot of, like, kind of like somebody who doesn't really know what the hell is going on, but feels that he must try to give an answer. You know, just you just get like a lot of sense of like confusion around him.
How long has it been since he was kidnapped?
Approximately 45 minutes ago, sir.
Did he have an escort?
Just some of the security off given by the Bajorans, but we believe that he was taken from his room.
I'd like to get permission to search that room myself, if you don't mind.
I'll try to arrange it with Major Kira.
Thank you.
Any further information you get, you'll pass along to Lieutenant Ricks, my chief of security.
Of course, ma'am. I will do so as soon as I learn anything.
Very good, Lieutenant. Kier's going to head to turn left to go to ops.
What is everyone else going to do? Just so I know where people are at.
I'm just gonna ask the commander before. Do you need me for something, or should I go down ahead of you?
How about you, the doctor, head down to where Captain Nolan was staying at, and I will make sure that you're given permission to enter there.
Yes, ma'am.
So he was taken from DS9. Just story questions. Make sure I'm understanding the beat right now.
No, down on Bajor.
Okay. But they just said they thought he was taken from his room. But I guess that was a room down on Bajor. Okay, got it.
Yeah, a room down on Bajor, because he was on Bajor doing negotiations in one of the cities.
Got it. Thanks.
All right, so the commander's heading up to ops. Ricks and the doctor are going to start heading to Bajor.
Yep.
Am I caught up?
Yep.
All right. Unfortunately, I don't think we have the ops in here, so I think we got to go Theater of the Mind for that. Sorry, I got to open a lot of folders to find these tokens. There we go. All right, so Commander, you are given permission to head to ops. When you enter the ops, you hear Major Kira before you are able to see her, And she just yells into the computer console in which would actually be Cisco's office. What do you mean you have no information? You're to tell me that a Starfleet captain goes missing and you know nothing about it. You hear like a muffled response. You better get me something, Captain. Yeah, Major Kira out. And then you just hear the computer basically fly out the door and break into pieces as the Kira steps out of the office.
Major.
And she'll just say, "What? Oh, I'm sorry, Commander."
Quite all right. I understand your frustration. I am sending my chief of security and Dr. Foster, so my the Artemis, to where Captain Nolan was staying at to conduct forensics work to gain whatever information we can get on his kidnapping. Should help to find his whereabouts. I would ask for permission, please, on this.
Of course, we'll give you full reign of the complex where the negotiations were taking place and where the captain was staying.
Thank you, Major.
Let me know if there is anything you need. In the meantime, it looks like I have to bust some skulls.
Not at present, but if you find anything, please let me know.
You'll be the first one I contact.
Thank you, Major. If you don't mind, I must see Starfleet personnel I need to find. Well, I'll keep you apprised of what information we find. And if there's any avenues that you can help with.
Thank you, Commander.
Oh, I do have one question. This Europe. The True Path? Is there anything you could tell me about them?
Give me a presence command difficulty 2.
Well, take a threat.
I do like threat.
Persuasion for focus?
Yes. Oh, that was your roll? Yeah, gain 2. The True Path. Thought that was a name I wouldn't hear in years. They're a radical and isolationist faction on Bajor that emerged a few years ago. Really around the time that we asked the Federation to come to the station. They're a bunch of former resistance fighters and veterans of the occupation. Fortunately, they tend to view the Federation as another occupying force. They believe that you're no different than the Cardassians were when they first arrived. Group, from what I understanding, is rather small, but recently their rhetoric appears to be gaining favor with several of Bajoran's younger population.
On a personal level, do you feel what they may have to gain by abducting Captain Nolan? Your professional opinion, of course.
I guess if they were to kidnap him, if they kidnap a person that high in rank, I guess they'd try to use him as a bargaining chip for something. Ultimately, the True Path's goal is to see Bajor become truly independent.
Yep, Bajor has already achieved that. Am I correct in this assumption?
Yes, but I believe they follow more of the radical approach that they don't want any non-Bajorans on the planet.
So
It's
they're
my belief that they wish to
isolationists.
exactly. It's my belief that they wish to expel all non-Bajorans from the planet.
Yeah. Surely, as big as this organization is, there must be a little cell leader into which we have to get in touch with.
I'll give you that for a momentum.
All right.
Bajoran security has identified who we believe the leader of this group is. He's an old Bajoran resistance cell leader. Goes by the name Corral Vess. As to where to find him, your guess is as good as ours. He was one of our most successful resistance cells in the Kardashian occupation. He was very hard to find then, and he's very hard to find now.
I see. But you don't know of any indirect way of getting in touch with this individual?
currently we don't even know who is part of this cell.
Very well. If you don't mind, I need to go update Starfleet Command of what's going on. I'll be in touch.
And she'll just give a dignified nod and head over to one of the councils.
Here's gonna head back to the Artemis.
Already. All right, and then the other two were heading down to the planet, correct?
Yes.
Okay. For sake of time and plot, you probably have to take a runabout over because Bajor is not exactly close to Deep Space Nine. But you head over there and then you beam down to the city. Looks something like that. And then you're probably beamed into one of these rooms in the main structure in the center of.
Can't see anything. It's
Oh,
black.
It came up first saying I don't own a token in this scene. I don't know if that's what's driving not being able to see anything.
that's odd. Never had that happen before. Can you guys see things now?
Yes.
Must have been how I set it up. But you're able to see it now, right?
Yes, indeed.
My big reveal ruined. But this is one of the largest city in the whatever province I called it.
Canthar. Canthar.
Yeah, sounds right. Yeah, one of the largest city in the Canthar province, probably the province's capital.
What do we see around us?
So you were probably transported to where the negotiations were taking place. So like there's a conference room, a rather large table that could sit like 12 people. There's a few Bajoran security officers around. So it's probably like what would count as like the diplomatic wing here.
So I'm gonna approach one of the Bajoran security officers. Excuse me, Lieutenant Rix of the USS Artemis. We're here to further investigate the disappearance of Captain Nolan.
Yes, we were told of your arrival.
Would you please show us to his quarters?
Of course, he stayed right this way. If you'll follow me.
Mm-hmm.
And he leads you down a few hallways, eventually leading you to the rooms on the side. Right here, this is where Captain Nolan stayed.
Thank you. You may leave us.
And the Bajoran security officer will step outside, leaving you and the doctor in the room.
You know, Rix, that there are some Bajorans here that clearly don't like us Federation folks.
I gathered.
We need to keep that in mind when we're speaking to them. We don't know who is involved in this.
That's what we're here to find out.
Hmm.
Well, you do your thing and I do mine.
Yeah, I'm going to look around to see for any signs of struggle, see if there's any indications that someone may have been injured here or...
All right, so as you guys look into the room, you definitely see signs of struggle. You see various knickknacks and things strewn about the room. You see a couple broken furniture indicating a struggle. And you do notice a bit of blood on one of the sharper pieces of furniture.
Gonna break out that tricorder then and check that blood.
Give me reason, medicine, difficulty 1. Reason or insight medicine.
So... one success.
1 success is all you need. You analyze. You do it. Or I'll just text this to you. In the meantime, Rix, what were you doing as he's analyzing that sample?
Well, I do have a talent that is perfectly named Read the Room. So
What is that?
That's my ad hoc species trait. So once per scene, you may spend 1 momentum to ask the game master a question about the situation without needing to perform a task, as if you've spent momentum to obtain information. So I'd like to ask if Rix can find anything that was left behind by the perpetrator. Some small piece of clue that might indicate what that we could use.
All right, I do have something for you, actually.
I've subtracted the momentum.
All right, I'll give the doctor his thing. Wait until I give Rix his thing, and then you guys can discuss.
Cool.
All right, I believe you both have your information.
It's the captain's blood over here.
Interesting. And Rix is just gonna kneel down, poke around. Then he finds a Bajoran earring. Do you think you could get some DNA from this one?
That's a better option than I was thinking of trying to find the Bajoran not wearing an earring today. Let's see if we can get some DNA from it instead.
Give me.
Fortunately, this character's got no focuses that will help with this, so maybe simple country doctor may have seen, but that's value for determination for me.
He can be upgraded. Is you using him?
Okay.
Yes, I guess this would be an activation for the good doctor. So this roll, however, is probably going to be a reason or insight difficulty 2, and since I have all this lovely threat, complication 2.
Reason, medicine, you said, right?
Reason or insight with medicine, yes.
Okay. Difficulty 2.
Complication range 2.
Sorry.
Yeah, it'll be difficulty 2, complication range 2.
So yeah, I would like to give him some sort of focus that will help with this. Then if we can do that when activating him, because I kind of think that I kind of want him to have some sort of, I don't know what the right term is, but some sort of love of mysteries or something that would help with this. You know, kind of what got him into medicine in the first place is sometimes you don't always know the answer, and it's the investigation that helps get you there, type thing. But I'm not quite sure what to put down as a focus for that. Any thoughts, group? Sure. I mean, it could be a value, but and I'm not sure. Can chat see what you're typing? The group?
No, they cannot.
Okay. So
Not on Discord anyway. They could see what's in the game, I would imagine, but not what's on the Discord. At least the stream anyway. But I could be wrong on that.
okay. So I guess we'll just roll for now with the medicine and reason. Difficulty 2, you're saying, right? That's going to be
Yep, diff
difficult
2,
unless I
comp 2.
give you any threat. There is momentum, so I can just spend momentum to buy something. I don't need to use a talent or anything for that. Or
That is correct. So let's say if you wanted to buy a dice using momentum, you just use 1 momentum and then you roll 3 dice.
yeah, let's do that. I'll just use.
It does look like he has bold. I'm assuming that's bold medicine. So if you give me threat, he could re-roll.
Okay, and is it just 1 threat still?
Yes, yeah, for the 1 dice, yeah.
You attempted to answer it. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's add threat then and do that. Just once though. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get too excited. I mean, let's roll that. 3 successes. So I guess we'll add a momentum in as well.
Yep, you gain a momentum off. You are able to find a DNA pattern on it. However, what your tricorder cannot tell you is who it belongs to. But you do have the DNA at least.
Okay. We know who it is, but not who it is. Now we need to, maybe that Bajoran security guard could be of assistance and help tie this back to some medical record somewhere. As I step outside to go and find that Bajoran officer.
You find him. He's basically just standing outside the room.
I almost, looking at the tricorder, I almost accidentally bump into. Oh, sorry, didn't see you there. Was your doctor here, or someone that we can speak to?
Let's
No,
be
we don't have. We
I
don't
need to know
have a
who
doctor
this
here.
is. As I point the tricorder readings into his face.
let's be
Give
very
me a presence command. Difficulty of 2.
think this time I'll spend one of those momentum just to. I'm not going to worry about the reroll. Difficulty 2 though again. I don't want to give you more threat. We'll just go. We'll just go with the 3 dice.
Gain 1 back.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose we have been authorized to give you access to our computers. And he points to a console on the other side of. He points to a room on the other side of the hallway. You could get computer access in there.
I look at him suspiciously and then head over to the room.
And the room opens up, and it's basically just like a little office. Like there's a desk in the middle of it, computers, there's books on the walls.
I walk in, step in, looking around, checking each corner as I step in. And then move over to the console.
All right. This is probably going to be. It's probably just going to be a difficulty 1. Control. Probably control con or engineering.
I guess we will go control and con then. And I'll just leave it. I won't buy any dice or do anything else. Difficulty 1. Oof. Second 20 of the world of the game. So, good start.
All right. So you did succeed, but there's a complication. Does the roll stand?
Are you asking me that question or are you trying to figure that out?
No. Yeah. Yes, I am asking you that question.
Well, I would say yes, it would stand. Oh, because I don't have any other way to re-roll it. So yes, it would stand.
All right. I will use the complication. So you type in the DNA to try to cross-reference this. With the Bajoran Betas, it does shoot you back a name, which I will give. So it is a Bajoran name, so it's Tana Jorin. And the complication is going to be there is no other information in the database.
Just a name, not even a face. Interesting. Oh, always did love a good challenge.
Rix, did you go with him or are you still in the other room?
No, I'm with him. I'm definitely with him.
Okay.
Did the Bajoran security officer tell us his name?
No.
Excuse me, Bajoran security officer.
And I'm just gonna put my hand on your shoulder. Please don't go telling everyone what you found. We don't know who to trust here.
Yeah, but this is how we find out if we can trust them.
Let's report to the commander, see if she can ask Major Kira. That's our most trusted source. I do not trust any Bajoran in this complex at the moment.
You know,
the captain was targeted. We don't know who here could be working for them or with them.
You know where I come from. It's difficult enough to trust the stranger that's not from around these parts. I don't want to be that person here, but we can tell the commander first.
Doctor, in my line of work, you don't trust anyone. Lieutenant Riggs to Commander Keir.
And I think that is a good segue to head up to the ship. This will happen, basically at the same time they're investigating. Captain, you get back on the bridge. You were going to do something on the ship.
Oh, she's gonna head to the, I guess, ready room and make a subspace call to Admiral Gibson.
One second. So you tried to call Admiral Gibson. Commander Keir. Hello, my name is Lieutenant Nira.
Lieutenants?
Have you arrived back from the Gamma Quadrant already?
Yes, we had some unforeseen problems. However, I need to speak with Admiral Gibson. It's urgent.
Yes, of course. I'll try to get in touch with the Admiral. However, the Admiral has become very busy, and he has given me... He assigned me to be the liaison to the 10th Fleet in the region. If there's a message you'd like me to relay to him...
Okay, very well, Lieutenant. Are you aware of the events that has transpired with Captain Nolan on Bajoran?
Yes, we have just received the news. It is very troubling indeed.
Understood. I've decided to begin conducting my own investigation. I currently have Lieutenant Riggs and Dr. Foster on Bajoran, gathering evidence on where the captain was staying at.
Yes, of course you would take the initiative, Commander. Is there anything that I might be of assistance for you?
Yes, if you can gather whatever information on a Bajoran group known as the True Path, that would be most helpful. Whatever stuff intelligence has gathered.
Give me... this is probably going to be a presence command. What did I have this as? It's probably going to be yeah, here it is. This will be a reason with Commander Security difficulty 3, and you could be assisted by the ship's communications and Commander Security.
Reason command?
Sorry, presence. Presence, sorry. Did I say reason? It's presence with command or security.
Use command. I take persuasion for focus.
Yes.
I'll give you a threat and I'll spend 2 minutes to roll 4 dice.
I do enjoy the threat. 6 successes. Jeebus. The ship's communications command, please. Gain 3. Yes, of course, Captain. I've already begun piling a dossier on the true path. I will send that over to you now.
Most appreciated, Lieutenant. If you could pass along the information to Admiral Gibson, to be most grateful. Until then, I have an investigation to run.
Of course. Let me know if there's anything else you need, Captain. Or, Commander. I keep doing that, sorry.
Understood. Thank you, Lieutenant. Commander Kurthout.
Why did it put it in that format?
It does that when it's a text file.
Okay, I gotta do this in parts. 1 second. Okay, I think that is good. No, they would have it. Yeah, I think that's what I could give you in their dossier.
Cool.
Discord is doing weird things with the layout, but so as you start reading that, Captain, I do believe you get a comm badge from Lieutenant Ricks.
Lieutenant Ricks to Commander Care.
Lieutenant, what have you discovered?
Well, sir, we found a major clue. When we searched the room, we find signs of struggle. There was also a spill of blood that the doctor confirmed was from Captain Nolan. However, we also found a Bajoran earring left behind by the perpetrator. We've examined some DNA from it and gained access to some Bajoran records showing it belongs to a Tana Jorin. I do not want to ask around about the name down here for fear that there might still be an accomplice in this structure that could forewarn the people we're looking for. So I was wondering if you could get in touch with Major Kira, see if she has a lead on that name.
I'll pass the information along. Our Tsunami dossier, the survey intelligence has gathered on this operation called the True Pass, as to proclaim responsibility for the abduction of Captain Nolan. They mainly work out of small rural areas. The individuals that you've discovered could potentially be in one of those areas.
Any reason why they would capture a Starfleet captain based on what you found?
The only reason, at least their motives, are they want Starfleet out on Bajor completely.
And the captain could be in great
Sir?
danger if he's supposed to be an example.
Starfleet is pushing towards Bajor joining the Federation. I don't see that policy changing anytime soon.
Well, we'll keep looking down here. Get back to me if you gain more information.
Certainly will.
Breaks out.
All right, I think this is a dandy time to head back to the runabout. I believe when we were last on the runabout, I believe the suggestion was made to collect a sample.
Indeed. We were going to try and teleport it into I think I said class 3 containment field.
Okay. So we'll probably have to set up that containment field, but this will just be a trait creation. So this will be a let's go control or daring with science or engineering difficulty 2.
Who wants to take that?
Well, I believe it'd be you setting that up.
Yeah,
Okay, so-
probably you.
Well, it's just transporting. Sorry, what was it again? What were the stats again?
This will be control or daring with either science or engineering, and this is to set up the containment field before it's beamed in.
Difficulty of
2.
Hmm.
Yeah, and this is to set up the containment field
So I have
prior to transport.
so I have transporters and replicators as a focus. So I'm going to use that to.
So this is setting up the containment field.
Sorry. Okay. Yes. So not transporters and focus yet. Transporters and replication yet. So maybe laboratory maintenance, as it's kind of a task setting up.
Yeah, I can
an
see
area
that.
to study it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Difficulty 2. So what have we got? Momentum and threat. So okay. Yeah, I'm just going to roll it. I don't want to roll it at 2 dice, but I feel bad. I'm always the one using the momentum, so I'm going to just use the momentum.
That's what it's there for. I don't think you have to ask for it.
Nope.
Okay, glad I did.
Yep, and you did. I could see the ship assisting with this too. Probably, let's go structure science. No help though. Go ahead and roll a d20 for your untapped potential. There is a d20 looking thing on the left-hand side that says simple dice roller. That's normally what I do. And you actually get a bonus momentum should you wish to use it.
Just trying to read what I can use it for again. When we see the house you brought. Okay. Doesn't so there's no limit on what I could use it for. So I can just add it to the pool, or I can use it for something else in this.
So bonus momentum does go away if you don't use it, but you could use it to like set up traits, increase the potency of stuff.
Yeah. Something. I don't have anything I can think about. So I guess we will just do something that's gonna. When we set up this containment field, we also add some of the transport enhancers around it so that it can beam into the location easier, right?
Sorry, could you say that again? I got a text.
Oh, yeah, no problem. So when I will use that bonus momentum then to improve the ability to transport the God, I can't remember. It wasn't enzymes. What was it? Microbes into the into containment field. Maybe it's like some, I don't know, some sort of pattern enhancer or something I've added to the containment field algorithm.
Yeah, we could create that trait to make it easier to transport into. So it'd be that plus one more momentum.
I'm sorry, it would be that plus one more momentum.
Yeah, because it takes 2 momentum to make a trait, so you use your bonus plus one more.
So where have we added this trait to?
It's just to the scene. It's the new way of how 2E does advantages. It creates a positive trait in the scene.
Okay.
So it's just something like I have to remember.
Oh, okay. There's nothing on the screen, or somewhere I should be seeing it. Okay.
So your containment field is ready.
Lieutenant, if one of you want to engage that transporter, I am holding the containment field steady for you. Don't fight over it, guys.
I go fast. I don't transport anywhere unless I can get a shuttle there. Hey, Kira, why don't you do it?
How about Simmons over there should do it? I know nothing about transporters.
Well, you know, if you want to see something really cool, out comes Zinda's tail and just slides up the transporter. The things that you push up to make it transport.
Go ahead and give me a control engineering difficulty. I believe it's just a 1. Oh wait, no. 2. And since I have never mind.
Sorry.
This will be assisted by the sensors engineering.
Two successes. Two successes, in case I didn't say it out loud.
And it would appear that your transport has been successful.
Let's get to studying it.
So you start to take a look at the microbes under one of the enhanced viewing areas, and that is what you see.
I think what I see is
Is it a bunch of nothing again?
it is a bunch of nothing because I don't know the token on the scene, is what it says.
Jesus.
Sorry to ruin your dramatic. Sorry.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
I don't know what I set up wrong.
All good. Well, aren't you an unusual fellow?
All right. What do you want to do with the microbe?
Let's run it against the database, see if it's ever been seen before.
It has not.
Fascinating. You know, I've always wanted to name something. Been a childhood dream of mine to be the first scientist to ever see something new and get to be one who names it. But this is a little uglier than what I was expecting to find, so I don't know. Maybe we'll just call it Gus.
Hey! I take offense to that. I work to keep this body as good as it is, you know? Pristine condition. Ugly.
Well, so what is this? It's an microbe, we said. So it's the Gusmronian microbe. Gusmronian microbe is, I think, what we'll call this. You see, because it has these multiple. Everyone can see this, right? Everyone's been pulled into this scene with me. Yes, I see it up in the top
Yep.
left now. See, what makes this so unusual and specific is these additional bulbs. Normally, you wouldn't see the bulbs like this on a microbe. Normally, you would only see one or two. But the fact that there are more than I can count, like this is quite unusual.
You said it was ugly, and that's enough for me to say no. Why don't you call it Slender Flinder or something like that? That suits it better.
Unfortunately, once a name has been decided, it is absolutely against all scientific standard operating procedures to change that name again. It would be very wrong of me to do that.
That seems like a strange rule.
The Gus Mobian microbe. I mean, you should be honored.
I'd rather a shuttle be named after me. Something fast, you know, something cool.
This is very cool. It was out in the outreaches of space. It is almost frozen.
It's a freaking bug. Worse than that, it's a, what do you call it, microbe?
Think about it, Gus. You are the
It's not
one
a
that
microbe,
helped
you know?
found. Where you did help discover it. You were the one that flew the runabout in such a perfect manner.
Ah, well,
Yes,
guess-
it's definitely an honor.
I guess this comet wasn't too fast for me. If I hadn't been fast enough, we might have not have picked it up. No, I'll take it. Sure. Now, can we get out of here? I'm itching to get to maximum speed again.
If I don't see anything else with the
And just as you're talking, the ship starts to shake violently.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Give me a daring con difficulty 3.
Daring on. Gives me those weird error messages. Okay. Just gotta hope it works. Wait, the focuses are gone. But the attributes and disciplines. Okay, something's weird with this sheet. I thought I'd entered all of the stuff, but apparently not. Okay, I'll try. I'll take a momentum for a dice. And roll. I would have focused because I did pick him small craft as focus, even though it doesn't say on the sheet.
I see it on the sheet, but I don't know what's.
You do? Why don't I? Okay, weird.
Try closing the sheet and then double clicking on the token.
Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, now it's fine. It's an old. Okay. So like that, and there, and like so, and roll. Perfect.
All right, as you go to maneuver, the ship seems to be hitting some gravimetric wakes from the passing asteroid. As you try to move out of the wake, the power on the runabout ever so briefly turns off and then turns back on.
Okay, that's never happened before.
I checked the status of the containment field just to be sure.
I'm
not dying to a microbe named Gus today. I'm just saying, guys, this is not happening.
Give me a reason or insight science difficulty 2.
It'll be a most glorious death.
I guess I'm going to. Well, this is definitely laboratory maintenance, and I think I'm going to give you threat as well to added dice.
I do enjoy threat.
Of course, there was.
I don't think that is a real complication, however, because it's a 19. It should have been normal range.
Oh, because of the focus?
No, I think you had complication range set to 2 instead of 1.
Oh, difficulty complication. Right, my bad. Yep.
So it's 3 successes, no complication. You do gain a momentum. I'm going to type this out to you for the roleplay funsies.
Hmm. That's Probably not a good thing as I start to initiate a wider scan of the ship and put up a containment field, like across where the like a force field up across where the crew are. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
the
I don't
force
want to
field would be
lob it.
pretty easy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. Say that again.
Yeah, so the rest of the crew notices that Zinder does enact a force field around the crew area.
Whoa, dude, if you didn't like us, then you could have just said so.
Well, we're all in here together. But yeah, that's this. I mean, it's absolutely nothing to worry about. Just precaution. We do seem to be missing some of the microbes now, and I just want to point out, it wasn't my idea to bring them on the ship, but here we are.
It was a suggestion.
I mean, yes, but a suggestion from a superior officer. Is that really a suggestion at that point? Let's
Wait, are you saying my bugs are free?
Yes. Everything else apart from you that is named Gus on the ship right now appears to be a little bit freer than it should be.
What the hell's gonna happen?
Let's see if we can't find out where they are first and if this is something to be concerned about. So let's perform that science check.
Dude, if I get killed by a bug, I'm gonna kill you.
We'll see who gets there first. So what do we think for a scan of the ship to see if we can detect where these microbes are?
All right, give me a reason science difficulty 2. You could be assisted by the ship sensor science.
Difficulty 2, you said, right?
Correct.
Oh, 2 successes. Nailed it.
Just need the ship sensor
done them both.
science.
That's all there.
Oh, you already did? Okay. You did the ship first. Cool. All right. Your sensors are having difficulty locating these, but what you are detecting is an increase in the theta radiation.
I just need to be reminded because I'm not a medical doctor, but how do humans interact with theta radiation? Is that a problem for you all?
This is a problem for all of us.
Yeah, I thought it would be, but I just wanted to check. Will the GM, will the force fields keep us safe from it for now, or?
For now.
And I assume the some sort of space suits that would keep us safe from either are not on the ship or pass through a source of the radiation.
I believe they are probably in a compartment after the ship. Yes.
Yeah. So no one here has had any recent immunization against theta radiation, any tablets recently to avoid it?
I don't think that's a thing. Decontamination protocols for the other half of the ship?
Sounds like a plan. Yeah.
All right. What we're going to do is we're going to head back to the Artemis. We'll come back to this scene. So we will enter a new scene. Just so we don't finish all of the runabout stuff all at once. So we'll head back to the Artemis. So where were we at there? The captain just got, the commander just got notified of what was found on the planet, and vice versa. So everyone has all the information. Where would you guys like to go with?
Do you mean us down on the planet, or were you asking?
Whichever, either the commander or you on the planet, like whichever you guys would like to do with the information at hand.
Rick's is gonna go and just question the guards a little bit more. The Bajoran
Now,
security guards.
now you want to talk to the guards.
Not about what you wanted to bring up.
Well, I do love a good investigation, so let's see the master at work, Rix.
Discretion, Doctor.
That's a good point. Maybe we check the manifest may be the wrong word. Guest list of the conference. See if this name appears. Or the staff list or anything. Okay.
So this Bajoran security are not hard to find.
Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Yes, what is it?
I'd like you to tell me what happened down here. What did you hear? What didn't you hear? At what time did you see the captain last?
I don't know much about what happened. The last time I've seen the captain was at yesterday's negotiations. The captain retired for the evening, and when he was a no-show at this morning's meetings, we went to look for him and found that he was missing.
Is this complex secure? Were there any trespassers found?
As far as I was aware, that this was a secured compound.
How do you keep track of the ones that are? No, that's not the question. Do we have a list of who's approved to be here?
Of course.
Show me that list, please.
And he'll walk to a computer console, transfer the names to a list, and hand it to you.
Have any of these people left since the captain was disappeared?
Everybody on that list is accounted for.
How about security guard?
Minus your captain, of course.
How many guard shifts have there been?
We run 9-hour shifts. I had to remember the Bajoran 26-hour day thing. We have 3 shifts of 9 hours each, with slight overlap.
Do you have a list of who's in the shifts?
And he'll also give you that information.
I'm just gonna scan through it, see if any name pops out. It probably won't, but just looking through it.
Nothing pops out.
What kind of entrances are there to this complex? How many and where are they?
There are several doors that lead in and out, and I suppose people can gain entrance through the many windows.
Have those been looked on?
We are still investigating exactly how he was abducted.
You didn't answer my question.
What was the question?
Have you checked all of the places where someone could have entered or exited? Have any of them been disturbed without notification?
We did find unusual markings in the eastern entrance.
Show me, please.
And a few minutes of walking, you arrive at that scene.
Rix is gonna ask them to point out where they meant and then get a closer look.
The guards will point to one of the walls as seemingly having like fingernail marks.
Could I determine what they were trying to accomplish? Or they try? If I look up, is it scalable?
It kind of looks to you like there was another scuffle here.
Okay. Is
And
Dr.
like the fingernail marks were probably somebody trying to like pull their way away or in or something along those lines.
Is Dr. Foster with me?
I would imagine.
Yes,
Or-
yes, he is.
Doctor, would you please confirm these are from the captain? These were made by the captain?
The nail scratchings.
Yes, please.
I will pull out my tricorder and see if I can detect anything.
This will just be a reason or insight diff 1 with medicine. Gain a moment.
Mm-hmm. Are they? Oof. This does look like the captain's.
I'm gonna make another look around the immediate area, see if I can find any other clues. Either from the assailant or perhaps where they've gotten to.
The trail kind of runs cold here.
What was that you sent me just now? What was that for?
Oh, I ended up just saying it. There's no other. There's nothing else here.
Okay, no other clues. Okay.
Apparently, my typing is horrible today. Sorry, guys.
Well, we found where they exited.
Yeah, would this way lead to anywhere obvious if we, I don't know, pull up a map of the area or anything? Is this in the direction of a village or anything that we could head towards?
Give me an insight con difficulty 1.
Yep, those are some of this character's best stats. So let's go with that. Insight con. Sorry, I'm just. Yeah, I'm probably going to take momentum just to. Well, basically got a 10, a 50-50 chance, I guess. So, or is it 11? Sorry, 1 second. It's 11. Let's. I guess let's give it a whirl and see what happens.
And you were worried. Get to momentum.
Done. Don't need to tell me twice.
So this path leads into the city, but like a more desolate part of the city. You know, basically like the poor side of the city, for lack of a better term. The more rundown side.
The less affluent area.
Yeah.
Time to go ask some questions.
After you, Lieutenant Rex.
First, we're going to hit my com badge.
So we'll head back to the Artemis really quick.
Yeah.
Actually, we're probably still in here. You mentioned, Commander, you mentioned something about talking to Major Kira?
Oh, no, not exactly. I was just going to pass on the information. This might be a person of interest.
Okay. In that case, you'll get a comm from Rix.
Lieutenant Rix to Commander Kier.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
We found another clue of potentially where the, we know the captain was dragged and exited the eastern side of the compound, presumably leading towards a more run-down district of the town. We're going to go there and investigate further, just to keep you apprised. If anything, if we don't get in touch again, you'll know where we've gone.
Understood. In the meantime, I would attempt to get hold of the Bajoran Government and attempt to allow for a scan of that region for the captain's life size.
Roger that. Rick's out.
So we'll handle the scan because they'll allow it. Anything else you were gonna do, Captain?
I would
keep
like
calling
to
you
question
Sorry,
the other.
Commander.
I would like to question the other guests, but I would need to be on the planet side for that. So that may come later if this doesn't yield any results.
All right. So I'll just text you the results of the scan. And we'll head back to the planet. All right, so what are you doing on the planet?
So we're going to go in the general direction of Shantytown quartermarks. And Rix is just keeping his eyes open for any Any reactions? Any movements? Anything that looks suspicious of any kind?
So as you start moving through this part of the city, it does open up into a kind of a busy outdoor market. Of course, you're getting a lot of um, like unsettling glances. People saying like, "Why are you guys here?
Mhm.
Who are these people?" A lot of it is just, they're not used to dealing with Starfleet or the Federation every day. So,
Yeah.
a lot of it is more met with curiosity. Some of it is, who are these people? Why are they there? Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's any specific you're looking for, let me know.
Mm.
I'm going to be looking at people's ears to see if they're missing any earrings as we walk along.
That's a good start.
Maybe look for the local watering
Actually,
can.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the doctor and just say, now would be the time to be less discreet. Let's show them we're here and what we're looking for. Might get them to react in some way or another.
Show me how you think we should do that, Lieutenant Rix. I'm just a doctor. I don't do that sort of thing normally. Show me what you mean. As I stand back with a
Well,
smile.
Doctor, you wanted to ask questions. Now's the time.
No. Yeah, I will ask the questions, but I need you to put on this theatrical display for me, please, Rix.
I'll leave the theatrics to you.
Well, I must insist as the commander here. That would be something I would definitely encourage you to do.
I don't do theatrics, Doctor.
Fine. Then let me do it. Good people of Bajor. I am Dr. Deco Foster, and I am here from the Federation looking for.
Rix is very quickly just going to move away from the Doctor and try to move into the shadows, so to speak, so he's not in the center of attention.
I have
Just
my
leave the
hands.
Doctor where he is.
Yeah, my hands outspread, opening, showing complete welcoming to the crowd that is hopefully now gathering around me. We have found this. I don't know. Do they call them earrings, pendant, whatever they call them? This highly religious symbol, and we wish to help return it to the person who has lost it. Do any of you know of? And I'm trying to find the name again. Tana Jorin. Do any of you know this name?
As soon as he says that, Rix is very intently going to look through the crowd, see how it reacts, if anyone reacts.
Give me an insight security. This is probably going to be a difficulty 4 though.
Okay. Would you accept if I used my read the room talent again? Is that cheating?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Difficulty 4. Would you say my espionage or infiltration focus would apply on this?
Yeah, I think either of them would probably apply here.
Yeah, cool. So let's see how we can maximize this. I will give you 3 threat, and I'll take 3 momentum so I can have all my dice. So I have bold, focus, and roll. I can reroll the complication.
Gain 2.
Cool.
All right, Rix, as you start to scan the crowd, you notice a person in like a long robe put up their hood and start walking away from the center of from the market toward one of the back alleys.
I'm going to follow. At first, try to do it stealthily, but if I notice him, if I notice him noticing me, then I'm gonna bolt.
You start following him toward one of the back alleys, and he makes a turn. The hooded figure takes a turn into one of the buildings, one of the open doors in this sector.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go inside.
As you walk inside, you feel the tip of a phaser touch the side of your head, and you hear a voice say, "What do you want with?" And I gotta find the name. What do you want with Joran?
Where's Captain Nolan?
Believe that is what I am trying to figure out also. And the person lowers the phaser.
I'm gonna look at who was pointing the phaser.
And you see a human male.
Joran works for you?
In a manner of speaking. He has been a very good source of information.
You're working for intelligence?
Can you say that again? Sorry, I had a coughing fit.
You working for intelligence?
Couldn't find Mom or Suki anyway. She's literally now.
Yes, you could say that. Lieutenant Jaren Strauss. Who might you be?
Lieutenant Rix, USS Artemis.
Now I ask you again, Lieutenant Rix. What do you want with Joran Tana? Or Tana Joran.
I don't recognize the name, do I?
It's the name you're looking for.
Yeah, but his name. Strauss.
Uh,
History on. You good? Sixth grade. There. You're American. You just don't know him like I do. Okay, I believe you.
give me an insight.
I know it's weird of me to guess you. At least it's right.
Yeah, we could go insight security. Diff 3.
Okay. Would my focus in espionage or infiltration work in this circumstance?
No, not in this instance. It's one of your traits that's even giving you the role in the first place.
Okay. That's fair. I'm just gonna buy a dice. See how it goes. No.
You do not recognize the name.
I can add a point to momentum though because of backup plans. Can you tell me what he was asking before? Again.
What do you want with Tanajurin?
We found their earring in the captain's quarters. Suspected him for kidnapping him in the first place.
Tanajurin has been an informant for us on the. I keep forgetting the names I had. What I call him the true path. Yeah, has been an informant on the true path for years now.
You sure they weren't working as double agents?
Suppose anything's possible.
Do you know where they are?
As luck would have it, he is not far from here.
Do you mind if we go and visit? Make a house call.
I'm sure we can make the arrangement.
Very well. Hold on while I save my doctor from humiliating himself further. I'm just gonna go out in the street again and just wave to the doctor and just make a kill sign.
Thank you, everyone. You've been most helpful. It has been a pleasure to see you all today. And remember, think Federation. As I step off.
Who would have thought the doctor would turn into a used car salesman?
It's that small town, simple country doctor vibe.
But yes, the doctor does stop talking, and after he notices you, Rix.
Just gonna wave him over.
Yeah, sorry. When I said step off, I meant step towards Rix. Like step off my pedestal and head towards Rix. My imaginary pedestal.
Good work, Doctor.
Was it? They didn't. No one seemed to really be interested. So, was it?
You did your part. Now
So
come
we
in
can
here,
move
and I have a friend I need to introduce you to.
I follow Rix.
Dr. Foster, meet Lieutenant Strauss.
Federation? Here? What were you doing here?
Doing my job, Doctor.
If your job was to keep the captain safe, I'm going to say you failed. So let's start this again. What were you doing here?
He'll just turn to you, Rix. Do you want to meet with my informant or not?
Yes,
As he
please.
totally just rubs off your question.
Now would be a good time.
I'm going to just mumble to myself and get a little tired of people not respecting the rank I've got here. But,
Yeah, Kira, I think that's what he's trying not to say. And he'll motion to you, follow me.
Low profile, Doctor, now. Low profile.
And he'll lead you to a even more dark and seedy part of the city. Where you enter into a very dark building, and you see a gentleman like this.
I'm ready for my black screen. Oh, okay. You put a token on. My bad.
Yep. And he'll turn to Lieutenant Strauss. Jaren, we can't keep meeting like this. It's getting more dangerous.
Can I tell if he's missing an earring?
Am I still up?
Yeah.
Okay. No, my screen did something weird, so I didn't know if I lost power.
I know it.
You do notice that he does indeed have a bandage over where his earring should be.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them keep talking for now.
And he'll just turn to him. I believe you know why we are here. And I'm sure the lieutenant here has several questions for you.
Were you at the what was the complex, by the way? Was it a conference center or what was it? Just so I know what to name it.
You could just call it the diplomatic quarter. That's fine.
Okay. Let's see. Mr. Tana, were you at the diplomacy quarter yesterday?
I was.
Doing what?
He'll turn to you and say, Lieutenant, I have been doing this a very long time.
So have I. Now answer the question.
I believe we both know what I was doing there.
Well, I like plain speak, so please tell me anyway.
Lieutenant, I'm not the one who is missing a captain.
No, I was hoping you could help us there.
Now, I may not agree with the True Path's methods. I am sympathetic to their cause.
So you wouldn't capture a captain?
It's our leader, Corral Vess. He is getting more and more... Sorry, English is not working for me today. More and more daring with his mission. It's taking more and more risk, endangering more and more of us.
Do you know where he's keeping the captain?
Give me a presence command difficulty 3.
Presence command difficulty 3. I'm going to give you 2 threats, and I'll take a momentum to get 2 dice. I don't have any focuses. That would apply, I don't think. Okay. So close. Gain momentum.
What I said diff 3, I believe.
I believe so, yes.
So I'm only seeing 2 successes.
Yeah. But I have the backup plans. Gives me a
Oh, right.
momentum if I fail.
Do you let the results stand?
Yeah. I can't do anything about it. Or I could use determination, but I'm not going to do that right now.
So your question was, where is he being held, right?
Yeah.
Hi, I didn't expect to see you here. Hello.
Not sure if I should tell you. There are many here will see me even talking to you as being a traitor to the people of Bajor.
Then why are you talking to us in the first place? What is it you want?
Look around the city, Lieutenant. Look at how our city looks. Look at the farmland that was destroyed by the Cardassians in their occupation. I am not naive enough to believe that the Federation is truly as evil as the Cardassians are. But so far, all the Federation has offered the people of this province has been nothing but empty promises and false hopes.
I am aware of the situation. But I'm asking what you want specifically in return for getting our captain back.
Just want the Federation to start doing what they promised. Help farmable again.
Can you say the last part one more time? You dropped out a little bit.
Oh, sorry. I want the Federation to start holding true to what they've promised. I want them to give us the industrial replicators and help us to get the soil fertile again, so that we may farm it and create lives for ourselves here.
And even if we gave you this, how would that go with your companions? Your group?
It is the hope of many in this province to be strong and independent again. Being able to feed ourselves would go a long way to achieving that.
Can I make a general insight check on him? See if he seems genuine in what he's proposing? Or if he would be genuine enough to go through with a deal, rather?
I don't think you need the roll for that. He does seem very sincere in what he says.
I will speak to my commanding officer. However, you need to give us some assurances if this deal is going to go through.
What could I possibly give you as an insurance?
That is a good question. I wouldn't kill him. That would be too foolish. We need open negotiations. We need to be able to trust each other, know what we're dealing with. Keeping our captain captive won't help you in the long run. Make this an open process. Make it transparent.
Again, what assurance can I give you? I am not the one holding the captain.
Now, see here, Mr. Tana. I do know you're directly involved. And it's because of that. And I'm going to point to his bandaged ear. Missing something of late?
As I slam the earring on the table.
And he'll look down at it.
You can make this happen. And if you want it to go through, keeping a Starfleet captain captive is not the way to go through with it.
Do something, anything for the people here. And then I'll tell you what you want to know. Until then, I have nothing more to say to you.
Very well. You will hear back from us.
Well, you know where to find me. And he'll turn and start walking out.
I think it's best we report back to the commander.
All right. In the meantime, we'll head back to the runabout.
Where we were enacting decontamination
Yes.
protocols, I believe.
All right. So if I remember what happened last time, you just noticed that there is heightened levels of theta radiation in the shuttle. You put yourselves behind a force field. All right. So what exactly are you trying to do?
The recommendation was to enact emergency decontamination protocols. So that's what we're gonna do, I think.
All right. So what exactly does that look like?
So the containment field, I'm gonna guess, is also like a force field type thing. So I assume whatever we do in that space is going to keep whatever's inside that containment area safe. But if I don't think that's the case, I'm going to probably do something to transport the microbes into the pattern buffer for now and keep them stored there for a minute and decompress the area of the bay that's not in the force field. Seems like the easiest way to decontaminate. There may be other more Starfleety ways, like, I don't know, run some sort of scan to kill everything in there, but that seems even harsher. These things have already existed out in space on an asteroid. So they should be fine, and I would feel like it would be less likely to kill them if I just decompress them and throw them back out into space again.
All right. So your plan is to just decompress the ship, flush the ship out of all the microbes, and then put back oxygen. That's the gist I'm getting.
Yeah, keeping in mind that, we are behind a force field, and so is the other stuff already in the force field. So it should all be safe, right?
Yeah. So this one, I see being. This is probably just going to be a control engineering. I have it listed as a difficulty 3. But I have threat, so we'll make it a difficulty 3 complication 2.
Sorry, you were saying control engineering.
Yes, controller daring.
Okay, definitely control. Those are my options. Needing to stay calm and controlled as we decompress the space and keep an eye on it. I'm guessing I'm doing the decompressing. I don't know that Kira wants to be involved doing this. I've taken a quick look at your stats. I'm guessing you don't. So
I mean, somebody could assist you. You do get one free assist.
Kira will assist.
sorry, Kira. What was it? Kira will assist him. Got it. Took me a second. Yeah. So. So I'm just checking my talents to make sure there's nothing I could use here. Unfortunately, most of my stuff is like help me out if something goes wrong or so. I guess what I could. Yeah, I guess we'll just go with this as. I will spend a momentum to add an extra dice to it, so I'm rolling 3 dice. Did you say it was complication 2 or just?
Yes, complication 2.
Yeah. And what's the difficulty on it? Sorry.
3.
Thanks, Kira. Does assist actually add to the complication, or?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So there's my 3. 2 successes, and then I'm going to guess it's computers engineering, probably from the ship.
Yeah, probably computers engineering.
Thanks, ship. So I think we passed, right? You said it was 2 difficulty?
It was 3 difficulty.
Worth a try. So if I fail, I didn't use science. Oh my god. This is just brilliant. Okay, continue.
Do you let the results stand? As you could try to use your determination to re-roll.
I don't see any of my values that would align to this.
You should have used did the reading.
I was thinking about it, but I was like, you know. I really was thinking about it, but I was like, that's oh well. Yeah, I could have gained a talent. Sorry, a focus for this now, but oh well. So yeah, I can't see any way to make it not stand. Am I missing anything fun I can do with momentum otherwise?
Um, you could try and spend your determination for a reroll
But I thought I have to use a value to use a determination, no?
or a mission directive.
I don't think this has anything to do with the mission directive, is it? I like to play honest with the rules, so I'm just saying if there's I don't know what the mission directive was here, but I assume my mission directive would have been get to Deep Space Nine.
And that would probably work here.
Okay. Sure, let's do it then. So
Just because if the theta radiation kills you all, you're not going to get to Deep Space Nine.
Great point. So determination. Do I click the 3 to make it go off, or do I click one? Like one of my?
Because you're using it to reroll. Basically, you'd reroll the 1 dice.
Yeah, I meant how do I get rid of a determination from this character sheet?
Oh, you don't really have to worry about that.
Oh, okay. So reroll 1 of my dice. So I guess I'll pick the 17 and just reroll.
I mean, you could technically reroll all of them, but you did have 2 successes. So
yeah, I'll just reroll the 17 to a 10, which would be a success.
Yes. So you're at 3 successes. You do have a complication, however. All right. As you go to start to decompress the ship to flush out the microbes that are outside of containment, the built-up theta radiation that is already in the sciencey lab where the containment is fluctuates the power also in that section, dropping the containment of the microbes and flushing them out as well.
Ah, I knew I should have put them in the transporter buffer.
But after a few moments, the shuttle doors close and the ship is repressurized. And you do not detect any theta radiation or microbes on the runabout.
Sorry, I guess the gas microbes want to be free.
You bet they were.
Look at how quickly they left the compartment, though. Whoosh.
I know, insane speed. Am I right? Now, can we get the hell out of here?
We've got records. The computer logs are still intact. I guess we've got all we can about these micros for now. Let's make haste.
All right. We'll enter a new scene. We'll head back to the Artemis. I believe, Kier, you were going to call the captain.
Oh. What?
Sorry, the commander. I keep doing that.
Oh, you mean me?
Yeah, I believe at the end of last scene you said you were going to call the commander.
Yeah, I think at this point we would probably have returned to Artemis proper for a personal briefing.
That works for me.
So I would have given the commander the full rundown of who we encountered, what was said. I don't know if Stross joined us or not, or if he remained down on the planet.
Probably still on the planet.
Okay. I'm just gonna inform her of him too. And then I'm gonna finish. As I see it, Commander, to avoid a full diplomatic crisis, it would perhaps behoove us to help the locals in order to gain the trust of Tana. And I believe he would be our best opportunity to get the captain back alive, as well as gain favor with the locals. The extremist of the group might protest. However, working with Tana would be preferable to even attempting lay out a deal with their leader, Kiral.
Jim, can I give you a threat to use a well-informed talent? To ask two questions about the location.
Sure.
Does the Federation have an agreement to help with the agricultural needs and rebuilding of that province?
That was part of what these negotiations were about. But lately, the negotiations have started hitting a snag.
And are there any other dealings with the local government between the Federation and also the Bajoran Government that helps within the rendering of aid to that province? Such as if there's more to it than just Fari.
There has been the promise of like industrial replicators and the such, but they have recently been repurposed. After the threat with Dominion, they were allocated to a different part instead of the province.
And that was on the table. That was already supposed to be given to them.
Right. Yeah, and then the Dominion thing happened, and it was decided that those replicators were going to be repurposed to a different area of Bajor.
Well, Lieutenant, as much as I like to give them what they're asking, I don't think it's within my power. We also don't negotiate with terrorists. Technically, he is part of a terrorist group. However, I see what I can do by upholding the agreement of installing some industrial replicators down on the surface on that province.
I do understand, Commander, that we might not be able to supply them with everything they're asking for. However, at this point, I do believe what is required is, what is the human expression, an olive branch?
Installing industrial replicators would... I would hope installing industrial replicators would help suffice with that olive branch. The only thing I can do is resume the talks and take Captain Nolan's place.
They're gonna need a little bit more than that. However, if we simply help that local populace in the city, we don't give them an industrial replicator, but we supply the local populace with the equipment they need for a short time, that will bring at least the less extreme of the group back to the talk. I believe that is all that is required at this point to convince Fauna to work with us to release the captain, and at the same time the most extremist at bay.
I had planned on speaking with the other guests at that conference. The issue is it's just bigger than that one province. We have the Bajoran Government to also deal with in this matter. And some of them are, how I say, offering similar resistance to the aid that the Federation offers.
I understand there's a bigger picture here, Commander, and I don't presume to tell you what to do. I am only advising from a standpoint of how do we get the captain back safely.
I'll see what I can do. I can't. In the meantime, continue trying to find other members of this true path that you can. Hopefully maybe we can find another one that will lead us to the captain.
I'll work with Lieutenant Stross, see how far his intelligence goes.
Very well. Do you trust him?
No, of course not.
Good.
Will that be all, Commander?
Très bien. And good work, the two of you.
Thank you, Commander. Rick is gonna leave the room.
All right, just let me know what you guys are doing.
Here is gonna, I guess, talk to the Federation liaison officer, not Admiral Gibson office, but someone from the Federation Council that's here on Bajor.
Rix is going to return to the planet and meet up with Stross again.
All right.
And then the captain's potentially injured. Foster will follow them too.
Foster would go with who?
Rix. Follow Rix. Back down to the planet.
Okay.
Remind me,
Alright,
when we're
so,
going to conduct a scan of the planet? I didn't. My wife just left while that was happening. I didn't know if I missed it. Have we done that yet?
Oh yeah, I gave Kier the scan information.
Okay.
They found
Sorry.
nothing.
Nothing. Dun dun dun. Okay.
All right. So Kier, you were wanting to talk to a Federation representative on Bajor.
Yes.
All right. What information would you try to gain from them?
Really about where the negotiations were at and if potentially honoring the industrial operators agreement as well as presuming the talks instead of Captain Nolan.
So just some background into the region. They'll probably tell you this. I'm going to speed up a little bit because I didn't realize it's almost 4:00 already. So this part of Bajor has been one of the more heavily hit areas from the occupation. This also had some of the most resistant cells, so the Cardassians pretty much just salted all the farmlands here, making them basically unusable. The industrial replicators were supposed to be sent here to help replicate farming equipment, things they need to try to refresh the soil so that it could actually grow things again. Because this area was basically like this area is like kind of like the breadbasket, or used to be the breadbasket of Bajor. So a lot of the people in this province want a return to that lifestyle, that farming lifestyle, that self-sustaining lifestyle. The industrial replicators were supposed to be here like a year ago, but like I said, or like 6 months ago. But after the Dominion thing, they were repurposed to another province, and the people in this province kind of feel forgotten about. Is kind of the sentiment that the
Right.
liaisons are telling you.
I get that. Here's wanting to hopefully get with engineering and see if we're trying to provide them with an industrial replicator. It may not be everything they need, but enough to get them started.
Yeah, as terms of an industrial replicator, that is something that is very big, bulky, and requires specialized materials and equipment, something that a starship wouldn't have. Which is why they couldn't just promise them infinite amounts of these things. Like they're really hard to build, basically. As for some of their more immediate needs, I think Rick's was right. They do need like food, medicine, stuff like that.
Well, that's why I was going to resume the talks and get everything, for that province. Like, here's business. He doesn't want to do it like, oh, I'm just going to do this, gunboat thing. I'm just going to hand this stuff to them. Because obviously, he also need to make a show of good faith in the process, too, with the local government and the Bajoran government. So that's why she wants to go down and resume the talks.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, really, I'm just asking, what would you give? Just because I'm trying to speed things up a little bit.
Well, obviously, I don't know what to give them until the talks resume. the only else I could think of is to talk with the Federation liaison officer to try and get the industrial replicator sent to the province as soon as possible. That would be the only immediate thing that I think she could do.
Or get them bumped up the list, even if she can't get them one right away.
Okay. For the sake of time, I'll just give you a roll for it. Is that good?
That's fine.
So there's probably a lot of moving parts here to ensure that the industrial replicators are earmarked for them. So I think I'll make this a difficulty 5. Presence command.
And will you take a callback from Sausage 9 Best Laid Plans when Kira used to persuade Ethan to let the civilians go? On the set, like on the value based on sometimes he has to take a leap of faith to essentially try and to gain the determination that I'm gonna use that to spend to try and negotiate with whoever is in charge of this, based on like taking this leap, have good conscience that they're going to get the stuff they need. Sorry, determination spent.
Yeah.
It's actually 4 dice total, but I will give you 1 threat and spend the 2 momentum. Take persuasion for a focus.
Yeah. Seven successes. Well, you get the momentum back. Okay, so you work with the Federation liaison officer to try to see which demands, which things that physically Starfleet and the Federation can fulfill of their laundry list of items. The big ticket items, of course, are the industrial replicators and the support for getting their farms going. There are, through your work with the liaison, you guys do find that there is an industrial replicator that is near to completion within the next couple of weeks. It is supposed to go to another planet, but they feel that it could be transferred to Bajor in the wake of just how desperate the people are becoming. So it could be repurposed for here.
Okay, sounds good.
It's of course not everything, but it's at least something to get them started at least. Anything else you were going to work on, Kier?
The other part was to head down to Bajor to help resume the talks to get the rest of the stuff. We might get down there to other supplies that could be negotiated that we could potentially hand out today, or help with anything in terms of farming equipment, stuff like that we could make on the ship ourselves.
Okay.
Essentially, finish Captain Nolan's job, essentially.
Right. Sounds good. So I'll just have you roll for the rest of it, kind of like a trait creation. Probably a presence command diff 2.
Diplomacy for a focus.
Yes.
Take a threat. I'll fish. I'll reroll the 18.
Oh dear God. Gain 2. That was a good fish. So we'll create the trait that the Artemis is able to facilitate some of the more immediate needs that the populace of the city has. Food, medicine, clothing, basic farming supplies, etc., etc. And the trait will be like you could fulfill it immediately if you need to.
Okay.
And so we'll head everybody down to the planet then. And since you said you were heading down there to do that too, we'll throw Kier down there as. All right, and then while all these talks were going on, Rix and Doctor, what were you guys doing?
I was basically meeting up with Stross, see what information he had about the true path, if he knew anything about where they were, base camps, locations, where we basically.
So he will tell you that his dealings with the true path is very recent, so he doesn't. The dossier is what he was able to glean, but he still doesn't. He's still working on that relationship to try to glean locations and members and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like the intelligence gathering is still ongoing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm sorry, my brain is very tired right now, so.
Yeah. But you do have all the traits and advantages that the commander just made too.
Yeah. Do we know of that yet, though?
I'll speed up time just for sake of plot and say you probably do at this point.
Yeah. So Rich will probably help organize how to distribute all of that. And I think the doctor would probably be helpful in that too, since he already made a public announcement to the
People of Bajor.
exactly make an encore.
Yep.
It's just gonna say, well, doctor, I think you're up for an encore, and I think this time you can tell them to be happy, for the Federation is giving gifts.
Sounds like you want to do it this time, but in all seriousness, for
Oh
sake of
no,
time,
you're much better at this than I am.
sake of
Trust me.
time, I'll just wave my hands and say we've done that, right? Unless you want me to roleplay it out, Jim.
The GM always likes roleplay to be played out.
People of Bajor, look at what the Federation has brought you. These things. There you go.
So Rix, I'm assuming you're scanning the crowd again. And there is a hooded figure off in one of the corners, and he takes off the hood, revealing the gentleman ahead before. And he'll motion at you to meet him back where you guys originally met.
Mm-hmm. Just gonna tap on the doctor's shoulder. Just keep the show going, Doc. And then I'm gonna go and go into the place where we were before. Meet up with them.
I see that it might be possible that the Federation can be trusted to fulfill their agreements.
I trust the Bajoran can also honor their part of the deal.
I could give you where he is being held. There is a mountainous region 20 kilometers from here, an old Cardassian bunker located in the mountains themselves. The mountains tend to interfere with transports. But if you know how to cut through that interference, you might be able to just beam him out.
Are there any less knowable entrances one could infiltrate?
I'm sure you could sneak up on them with your experience, I'm sure, should you wish to go that route.
You wouldn't happen to have a layout of the place, do you?
It's been years since I've been there myself, but I can tell you what I remember.
Be as thorough as you can. And if you could, well, say, give them some distraction, that would also be very helpful.
Distraction how?
I don't know. You could tell them the Federation's in town. That should help. Just keep them concentrated here, not there. Focused, rather, not concentrated.
Give me present security difficulty 2.
Present security. I'll give you a threat for bold. And I'll take 2 momentum for an additional dice. Well, would infiltration work as a focus? Part of preparing for the infiltration?
Probably not for this role because you're asking him to do something.
Fair. And go.
Like this is more like a strategy and tactics type.
Ooh, that's a very
What
nice
is
role.
that role?
Oh, I can use. Wait. I can use bold. Come on. 17.
I swear if it's a 1.
Oh, so close.
All right, it looks like you gained 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1 overflow.
I will do what I can to make them think you're coming from a different direction.
We can probably
And
create
I'll point this access here should be lightly guarded if I do that.
That would be sufficient.
Good luck, Lieutenant, and thank you.
Just try and don't be so forward next time. We might not take too kindly to having more of our officers getting kidnapped.
If it was up to me alone, we would not have taken this course of action.
I'll take that under advisement.
And he'll head off.
So I'm assuming this creates some kind of good trade. Can I use some of the overflow to increase the potency of that?
Yeah.
So we'll do that.
And then all you got to do is let the commander know the options.
Yeah. That's what he's going to do next.
And it's easy with the commander on planet, so go ahead and inform the commander.
Commander Kier, we have the location of the captain. It's in a Cardassian bunker up in the mountains. It's shielded. It's shielded, so we can't transport him. However, there are other ways of getting in, and we've managed to have our good Bajoran friend distract them.
So just to clarify, it's shielded as in like it's not shields. It's just the terrain shielded.
Yeah,
but you can break through that.
I meant to say that, but it didn't come out right. That's what I meant. I'm requesting to put together a team to infiltrate and extract the captain.
Okay, could scan the place first, Lieutenant. I'm gonna order the Artemis to undock from DS9 and enter orbit around Bajor. Because we do have to deliver the supplies, so.
Aye, sir.
That when the Artemis arrives, head back to the ship and prepare your team.
Would be done.
All right. Speed of plot. Artemis arrives. Rix goes up. Bulkhead here, so you can figure out who you want to bring.
Well, the captain, Kira did order to scan for the captain, or we'll scan the area first before we beam down a assault team.
Yes, to the bridge. All right. What would you like to scan for?
The area to see if there's any security net holes you had to beam into or beam someone out of?
All right, go ahead and give me. This will be an insight or reason science. Actually, control or reason science. Difficulty 2.
I guess what? Activate Mari to Div 2?
Yep, Div 2.
Sensor operations for focus.
Yes.
Take a threat. Well, fish. It's gonna be fish. We're on 18.
Fishing successful. Then just sensor science. Okay, what did I say this was 2? So you gain 4.
She has also a float. That was a meant for a patient. Species ability. Oh, it's momentum. Never mind.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep, I see it.
Oh,
All right, so you
we float.
go ahead.
I was gonna say distry flip.
Okay. So the ship scans the area laid out, and doing good ground penetrating scans, you do see the Cardassian bunker on sensors. The composition of the rocks themselves makes it very difficult to get transporter beams through. But if you were to recalibrate the sensors with the transporters, you could get a lock through. Like you could penetrate the interference, and it would be possible to transport in and out of.
Can we spin to that float to create that tree?
Yeah, I'll let you do that since you have oodles afloat.
And then I guess the one who asked the question whether they pick up the Captain Nolan's marsh signs.
Yeah, you're able to get a good layout, cutting through with the adjustments, cutting through the interference. You're able to get the layout of who's who, who's where, or basically who's where. So you are able to pick up the life signs.
However, speaks up, and Lieutenant Riggs, you're able to get a lock on Captain Nolan. And I've already modified the sensors.
Well, that was easier than expected. Get a transport lock.
I'll notify
Riggs. Riggs to Commander Care.
Go ahead.
We have a lock on the captain. Permission to beam him out.
Permission granted. Beam straight to sickbay.
Energize.
Okay, this is going to be a task roll. This is still going to be difficult despite the breakthroughs. So this is probably going to be a difficulty 4. Yeah, with a couple threat spends. So we'll make it a so yeah, so it'll be control engineering, whoever's making the roll, with sensors engineering.
Gardner, I guess we'll roll for this. What'd you say difficulty was?
4.
Kiwi, you take 2 threat
I'll always take threat.
to lower the difficulty by 2 for a transpirative.
Yeah. I forgot you gave that to him last time. The talent's really good.
Someone else want to roll for this?
No, I'm way too tired. Go ahead.
Take enough threat for bolt. Oh, and I'm gonna spend his determination on Doubt Screw Up.
Works for me.
Transporter's replicators for focus.
Yep. We could forgo the save a little bit. Is the captain not on this list? It's actually that. And Doctor, the captain is transported on one of your bio beds, and he does have some cuts, bruises. He's obviously been punched, kicked, slapped, the whatnot.
I expected to see you in far worse condition than this.
It's good to be back on board. Yeah, this will probably just be a control medicine diff 1, just a cure or just to fix up whatever injuries he has. Still minor, but they just look bad. There's mere Captain Nolan.
Oh no, there's been a transporter accident. There's 2 of them.
Alrighty. I think what we'll do is we'll head to the bridge. We'll pass a wee bit of, negotiations are settled. Captain's resting, however. When the ship, you are hailed from a runabout.
On screen?
When this individual appears on the view screen, oh, I guess it would help if I went to the view screen, wouldn't it?
Commander, you will not believe the day I've had getting here.
I look forward to your report, Lieutenant.
Zinda. Lieutenant, junior grade, Cinder. Reporting for duty.
Well, Lieutenant, have your runabout dock with the Artemis, and I look forward to meeting you in person.
You hear in the background, you better open those doors wide and large, because we're coming in fast and hot.
Sorry about him. You'll understand once you meet him. Commander, I look forward to seeing you too. Zinda out.
And I think we'll call that the end of Under the Veil of Peace.